everyone. This is Lori McIntosh with Coldwell Banker, and I am on Highway 49 in Auburn, and I'm sitting here with Detra.
Hi.
She's with All State Insurance, and as a realtor, I have to talk to people who sell insurance quite frequently. So I've gotten to know Detra really well, and she is a top dog in this office. And I'm so glad that you're sitting here talking with me today. Thanks a lot.
Glad to be here.
Yes, and I'd love to hear about the business. Can you describe it for me? What do you guys do?
Oh my goodness. Right now, it's a huge focus on home insurance, of course. But we insure cars and motorcycles and boats, and just trying to be creative as to far as putting some things together. Sometimes they don't fit right, so you have to think outside the box and do something else, and or find someone else to do it. But that's kind of what we do here.
Okay, I should just ask right away, since I'm a horse owner and I focus on primarily equestrian properties, do you insure horse trailers that people can live in? A living quarter is what it's called.
Yeah, living quarters, gooseneck, well, yes, we definitely can do that. With the horse trailers, it's kind of the same as even like a camping trailer or whatever, because it goes onto the truck. So as soon as you hook it up to the truck, the liability carries through. But of course, those are very, very expensive, and so people are wanting to insure the actual trailer. So you just add comp and collision to the vehicle.
Simple.
Yeah, it's so simple, and then you put the value on there, and there you go.
Okay, and we have a Ford 550 that classifies as a commercial truck.
Yeah, that's a little different. So
then
you have to have a commercial policy for that big old truck.
Yeah, it's not a flatbed. It's a
No,
dually.
it's still, but I'm glad you know that, because we get calls a lot from people going, well, why can't you insure it under my personal lines? And because it's a big truck. It's really just a commercial truck. It's a tank.
And it's not even 4-wheel drive, so that's fun when you're in the mud.
Oh my gosh,
We'll
does it just like bog it down?
Yes.
So it's basically just for hauling on the freeway.
Yeah, exactly. Don't like driving around town. You can't park anywhere.
And gas, forget gas. Is it diesel? It's at least diesel, right?
It's diesel for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's move into you personally. Why are you in this business? What got you into wanting to work? And the owner, by the way, is William.
William Witzke.
Yes.
Not whiskey. Witzke.
That's what I wanted to say.
I fell into this industry, literally. I was working at Claim Jumper in Carlsbad, down in Southern California, and it was the end of my shift. I was just dropping off some drinks to a table for another waiter, and the gentleman at the table asked how my day was going, and I only worked lunch shifts, so they asked me how my day was going, and I was like, oh, fine, it's time to find a new job, though, because I had been cut after like an hour of work. It's like, you can't make any money. So he didn't even have a card, and he used his friend's card, and he says, here, call me. And I was like, okay, this is a little strange. Yeah. But I called, and I interviewed, and 2 weeks later, I started with an insurance company. And this was 20 years ago. Uh-huh. And he told me, if I learn that business, and I like that business, I will have a lifetime career. And I moved around a lot, because my ex was in the Marine Corps. Everywhere we went, I could usually find an insurance job or a waitressing job. But once we got back to California and settled back home, I went back to work full-time for insurance, and I've been pretty much doing it ever since.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was just easy. I just fell into it.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It was meant to be. And how did you end up working with William?
So I had worked for another company, and I quit because I wanted to go back to school. So I went back to school, got my degree, and as I was finishing up, one of my kids' friends said, hey, a friend of mine is hiring an insurance agent. You should call. It makes this amount. And she gave me like this extraordinary large number, and I was like, yeah, it doesn't make that much. But I figured I would at least reach out. So I got William's email, and I thought about it, and I went, Allstate in Auburn. So a friend of mine that I had worked with in Nevada City at another insurance company, when she left, she had told me that she was going to work for an Allstate agent in Auburn. And we hadn't talked for a few years, so I texted her, and she says, you get your butt up here now, and you come to work here. And William now holds her accountable for hiring me. Because she doesn't recommend anybody, she doesn't want anybody, but he says, if she's recommending you, I have to hire you.
Oh.
So I've been here for 5 years. Mm-hmm. It's the longest I've actually been able to stay at an office, not from anything from my fault, but just because of moving around with my ex. Always have to leave. So I'm really happy to be here. I don't plan on leaving.
Yeah, because you get to go to a lot of fun parties with all the realtors.
I always do get to go to a lot of fun parties. I get to buy a lot of cool clothes and, just go out and smile and shake hands and get a lot of...
As long as you have your name badge on, right?
Oh, I don't even have it on today.
Oh,
Let's
my.
see. I can be Mr. Mayhem today. There we go. I'll be Allstate Mayhem.
Okay, sounds like trouble.
I am trouble.
Okay, so do you have any idea how William got into the business? I'm sure you've heard his story.
So William his background, he'll always start out the conversation with, his background is in financials. I know that he was a UPS deliverer, or he worked in the UPS warehouse loading the trucks for a while he was going to school. He has a degree in finance, and he actually did work for Allstate Management for a while in their financing and everything. And he told his wife, he said, I think it would be a good idea if we bought an agency. And so the deal was that she would be the agent. So she actually bought this office from another agent, and she ran it for 10 years. And then he took over after that, and he's had it for about 10 years himself, I think 9, and that's kind of it.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so they were partners for a while.
No, I don't believe
she just did it, and then you just took over.
Yeah, she did it, and then he took over, and as soon as he took over, she went back to nursing.
Okay, she didn't say, I'm retired now.
No. She says, I don't want anything else to do with insurance.
You do it.
She's like, here you go. Here's the keys. Here's the office. It's all yours.
Okay, so I saw a sneaky look in your face. Does that mean that you've had some surprises or some unusual things happen in insurance?
There's always surprises.
Tell me a couple.
There are new
spooky ones since it's almost Halloween.
Every day. Well, there was a gross one. I got a call one day from a gentleman who has a renter's policy. He lives in Oakland, and he wanted to know if he had coverage for drain backup. So when the drains back up, and then the water gets all over the place. And I said, yeah, you do. And he says, okay, good, because a rat got in my drain, and we've been pulling out bits and pieces of the rat all day.
Ew.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Aww.
That's kind of a gross one. I take it day by day, and
so every day is a surprise.
Every day is something different. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily a surprise.
Sounds like realty.
But people will come up with some different things. I recently had a gentleman, basically calling around everywhere for quotes. Everybody was giving him the same answer, but and we all knew. Everybody, oh yeah, you've talked to this person. Oh yeah, you've talked to this person. And then we all got the same email that he ended up going somewhere else, and we all went. So sometimes it's a blessing when you don't make the sale.
Yeah. Okay. Because there are some people that you could be, they're going to be a challenge.
Sometimes, yeah. I like the challenge though too. Sometimes.
Yeah, I will say that up on Highway 20 in Nevada City, past Scotts Lake, Scotts Flat. Well, there's lake there, Scotts Flat Lake.
Yes.
And I showed a property to a couple, and it was way out there, way down there. It was beautiful, huge house. Like, how did they build this place? Big pond and a pool, this and that. But as we dug deeper, we found out there's 3 insurance claims on it. And so my clients bailed, and I recommended they do too. I go, this is just going to be too much trouble for you to get insurance. What does that mean for a home buyer that's looking at a property with insurance claims?
We've had that actually happen a lot lately because there were so many claims with Snowmageddon, and then the other big windstorms we had. A lot of the claims I come across are actually all the same date on different properties. So usually 1 or 2, you're okay. I've had a lot of has to get reapproved by underwriting. There's one company that I work with specifically, and they are so backed up, it's been taking over a month to get an approval. But then I have another company, which that's exactly why they brought me in. It's because I just wrote a policy in Woodland, actually, for a home that had 3 claims. And it doesn't matter how much was paid out.
Okay.
So this gentleman had 2 theft claims, and then another one that was actually a 0 payout because they had only just called in. Different companies are different, but this particular company that I put him with, they will even count for a 0 payout. So a lot of times a claim company or the insurance agent will tell you, look, we don't know if it's going to be covered until you actually put it in and we dig deeper. So that, unfortunately, that happens a lot. So sometimes the claims aren't a big deal with selling a house, you know. Got to prove that it's been fixed. And the company that I recently have, they want the new home inspection, which you guys all get. But like I said, they've been taking like a month to approve anything. So starting tomorrow, actually, I get access to a new company that, the funny thing is the few that I've had with the other company that the claims were causing an issue, I had to end up farming out to another agent to do this other company that wrote it with the 1 claim. So it's a lot of moving parts. Insurance used to not be, you know, you sell a house, you tell your buyer, you're like, hey, just call your insurance company and I could write a policy in an hour. Now it takes a week if everything goes perfectly. It
That's
can
good
take
to know.
a lot longer if it doesn't go perfectly.
I have to say, so during the pandemic when I was with another company and I was getting calls daily from buyers and showing properties, I had to, like, I would give them like 3 insurance companies, like call these, so that way I would be off the hook if they picked one that didn't work out and it was my fault. Because I picked them because they were the best. And then we would get quotes, and California Fair Plan was always like a separate deal. And it was really hard because some houses would have a Cal Fair Plan and the house next door didn't. And in fact, my own property up here in North Auburn, half of it is in a high fire zone and the other half is in a very high fire zone. I'm like, what? Because we butt up against Meta Vista. And we'd have 5 acres irrigated pasture and hardly any trees. We're not in the forest. There's a canal, there's a pond, there's a pool.
I don't care.
Still have to pay tons of money. But but it was really hard with all these buyers that were, you had to move super fast. And then I thought it was really important for them to know about insurance immediately, because a lot of times these people are from LA where, yes, there's a fire issue, but they they lived in a suburban area. They weren't ready for rural yet and how it works. Or Las Vegas, Santa Barbara, where else did I have people come from? A lot of Bay Area, but no one had a clue. And it was like, you need to look this up before we can put an offer in and make sure your mortgage lender knows what a roundabout amount of what you'll be paying. and I lost a lot of buyers. I lost 3 actually,
Yeah.
because of California Fair Plan.
And it was cheaper then.
Yeah.
People are getting a little bit more used to the price now. And the sad thing is yeah, the California Fair Plan is a high price. It's a nonprofit. So the more policies that the Fair Plan writes, the more exposure they have, therefore the higher the premiums need to be to pay for those exposures. There's, I just got access to a map. I actually have a shot because it was on a PowerPoint on a screen. If you take I think it was a 7-mile radius, which is the size of the Paradise Fire up in Grass Valley and Nevada City, separate 7-mile radius areas, there's almost $3 billion of Fair Plan exposure just in those 2 areas. Each, $3 billion a piece.
Wow.
So the premiums have to be enough to pay the claims if there's a massive loss there. So yeah,
that's why they're going up this year.
That's why they went up this year. December 1st, there's a rate increase. So anybody, the renewals have started now for anybody renewing after December 1st. And it's really, unfortunately, the only option. I have another option because the Fair Plan will only insure up to $3 million. And we've got homes up here that need more insurance than what
There's
the
one
Fair
in
Plan.
Loomis that just got listed. That's $4.5
Well,
million.
and that's the listing price. We insure the rebuild cost, how much it would cost to rebuild. So I've noticed too that the listing prices in some cases are lower than what the rebuild cost would be.
Yes.
So we're facing that now too. But anything over $3 million total insured value, and that's the house, that's personal property, that's everything added up, can't be more than $3 million. So I do have another option for that. It's usually higher than the Fair Plan. So the unfortunate thing is that people can't get anything else. They're either underinsured on the Fair Plan or they're paying an enormous amount of money.
Can someone do additional defensible space? And I say additional is like, oh, I cleared my yard.
There's 2 new discounts that are out now on the Fair Plan, and the camera's actually sitting on them. So there's 2 new discounts on the Fair Plan, and if you can qualify for both of them, you can get about 15% off.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. So it's fire hardening and defensible spaces. The big thing up here, especially, that inhibits anybody from getting the first part, which is the 10% part, is having boxed in eaves. And then the second part is you have to have the clearance, no combustible buildings within 30 feet, like sheds, playhouses, fences attached to the house.
A hay barn?
A hay barn.
Oops.
Yeah, within 30 feet, you wouldn't qualify for that.
Okay.
Then the third discount on the Fair Plan is the Firewise community discount. So if your area is in a Firewise community, they say it's 10%, but the way I've calculated it out and looked at the difference, it's about 7. And when they say 10, or however much, it's usually off of like a certain portion. So that's where they're getting that from. So once you add everything together, it's a little bit lower. But there's discounts available.
Okay. There are a lot of homes with ADUs, sheds, hay barns, boat covers and whatnot within 30 feet of the home. A lot.
Yeah. So they wouldn't qualify. The I guess nice part is that discount is only 5%. So on the new discounts, there's 2 sections. You can qualify for both, or you can qualify for one or the other. So you don't have to qualify for the whole thing. But there's little criteria in each one. You have to have everything in each one. And the ones that I've been putting through lately, they've been using the previous inspections, but they will be re-inspecting. So
Okay.
they'll look at any photos, because if you've done improvements and whatnot. If you've done the improvements since the last inspection and they've declined the discount, then we can send in photos and appeal it.
Okay.
It's just too, the bigger the fair plan gets, the bigger the backup.
Yeah.
Just a couple of years ago, they only had 50 employees.
And now?
There are over 200 now.
Okay.
So they are.
I don't think I want a job with them. I don't want a job with them.
They're in LA.
Okay, thank God. Well, they have people that come up and look at your property.
Yeah, so they do have every company does an inspection on a new policy. Well, they should anyway. So there are actual inspection companies. So they're not.
They're hired out.
They're hired out. They're independent contractors. Yes. And same with
Okay.
the fair plans adjusters. If you ever have a claim, they're independent from the actual fair plan.
Okay, so right now I'm kind of playing a homeowner in the area, and that's why I'm asking some of these more in-depth questions. Let's say that it's time to get a new roof. Should I get a metal roof and make that investment? Because there's significantly more than a composite roof or a tile roof. But it seems like without the gutters,
Yeah.
they'd be more fire-wise.
The discount actually addresses roofs, and it just has to be a fire safe roof. It doesn't have to be metal. The big thing that people think about, and especially up here, is okay, it's fire safe now. Okay, also, like you said, it's more expensive. Hence, therefore, now your dwelling replacement needs to increase. Therefore, if there was a discount for having a metal roof, it probably just got eaten up by the increase in the dwelling.
Damn it. Right. Right. And then how about trees? Would you say, oh, you have oak trees? Those are used to fire. They're okay. They're not like manzanita bushes, so you get a discount.
You don't get a discount.
or cypress trees or coastal redwoods that are
No.
not deciduous, and
You just gotta make sure they're all trimmed up real good, and that they don't have any kind of tree breed or anything like that.
I have my trees trimmed up to 10 feet.
Yeah.
All the branches.
Yeah. You just wanna. A lot of it is being. You're kind of just what's the word I'm looking for? Not self-aware. You're just your own. No, just your own. You're
having a clue.
I don't either. You're just to make yourself feel better. As
Right,
far
peace of
as
mind.
peace of mind. That's the word I'm looking for. Well, the phrase I'm looking for. Peace of mind. It's giving you your own peace of mind, because you could have the best property in the world and the most fire safe property in the world. If your neighbor doesn't, those embers can come over and get on you. And we know a mortgage broker that happened to.
Yeah,
So
pretty scary.
And she lost her whole house.
Yeah. Well, it's like shavings in your horse trailer. You can't drive around with those all the time, because if you did have to drive through a fire, they're just going to ignite with your horses in there. But everyone likes shavings in their trailer because the horse can pee and the runoff.
Right, and then you just
and
scoop
when
it
I
out.
have to pee because I have to go to a park and there's no porta potty, and everything's been defensible spaced, and there's like, where are all the bushes? That's Empire Mind. I just totally lost my ability to hide out somewhere.
Oh my god, I got a story about Empire Mind. Watch out for those bushes. Probably a good thing those bushes are trimmed back.
Okay, we'll talk about that after the interview. It's not insurance related, is it?
No.
Okay. Well, a personal experience. We're getting to know you. Is it that exciting?
It's my mom's story.
Okay. So I noticed when I came in, you had a couple ladies working here. Is there anything that, it's a tough business that you're in. Are there things that you guys do for each other to stay motivated and encouraging?
We do. I try to say good morning to everybody.
Instead of
you
giving
know,
them the
it's-
finger? Or
Jackie does that every morning. No, it's just at least having people that you like, and you get along with, there's no negative feelings. We all talk openly and everything.
That's important. Communication.
Yeah, and communication is really important, and we all help each other out. As far as in the office, we do have one that works from home as well, and her and I are the ones that write the home policies. So the other girls are just a tremendous amount of help. I would not be able to do what I do without them, because I'm like, can you just take care of this, please?
Yeah.
I gotta go quote another 5 houses now.
That's good. So you have
Yeah.
people that you can pass stuff on.
Yeah.
So when you say you have another 5 houses, I would say it could be a challenge to deal with. I would love to have 5 escrows, but do you have it? What are your greatest challenges as someone working in insurance?
Just getting the word across, I think, because there's still some people that are used to the $500 a year premiums that will never come back. And then I get people that are moving up to Nevada City and paying $10,000 when they buy their house for their insurance, and they don't bat an eye. But they still bat an eye because they're like, okay, what am I paying for? So getting the word across, explaining the FAIR plan 20 times a day. I could do it in my sleep, but that's the biggest challenge, just getting that word out that
It's education.
It's education, and this is kind of the new norm.
Yeah. I really hope food prices go down. Oh my gosh. Going to the grocery store.
I don't,
A little bag of granola, $9.99. I'm like, what? It's just that
you gotta
much.
go to Grocery Outlet.
Okay.
Yeah, the one here in Auburn's great.
Yes, and they're family oriented, family owned.
Yeah.
So that's a great point to bring up shopping local, and it's super. Placer County needs your dollars.
Yes, definitely.
So you don't want to go the way. I go to El Dorado to ride my horse. Sometimes I'll go there and eat because I'm riding on their land and experiencing it. So I want to support them.
Yeah.
Go visit Placerville and other towns, but predominantly day to day, try to stay off Amazon and shop here.
I don't have time to shop.
That's good. You got some cool outfits, so don't tell me that. And you have super cute shoes all the time.
So it is online. I don't have time to go to the actual store.
Right. Do you have any lowest lows that you could share? Like anything that's just super sad in the business that you've heard about? Well, like the mortgage of the person that lost their house. That's one.
Yeah, when people lose their homes, it's really hard. When we have to put in a life insurance claim, it's hard. But that's what we're here for, I had never been to Paradise before the fires up there, and I went up there to meet with somebody, and as I was driving up there, I saw the devastation and the rebuilding, because it was about a year after the fires, and I started crying because I was like, this is what I do. This is what I'm here for, to help these people make sure that you have the coverage, that if this happens to you, you can build a new house. You can't recreate like the memories or, there's a lot of stuff that you lose when you lose your home, but at least you can recover financially and rebuild and have a new home to build new memories in. And so that really hit me hard when I drove up there.
I bet that's a good reminder for cash buyers that sometimes in El Dorado County especially, some of the agents have required me to have my client sign that they will get insurance immediately. And so it's like a lot of people have to come up with a lot of cash right away, their earnest money deposit, their closing costs,
right,
and then a down payment, and then they're like, now I got to come up with cash to buy insurance. And they're like, I'll just wait. It's like, don't, not here. You can't wait.
Yeah,
You gotta get it.
Can't wait.
I just sold property. I'm in escrow right now, and where the mosquito fire was off of Volcanoville Road in Georgetown.
Yeah.
And Forest Hill is just north.
Yeah.
It's actually the Tevis Cup. The riders go right north of that.
Oh, nice.
But I drove through. They rebuilt this huge road, all tarmacked. It's not like a dirt road. I mean, I was driving forever, 8 miles from just to the point of whatever the road was that I went off of 193. And then it was just, I was like in the canyons, and I saw all the trees that were black, and a lot of loggers, tons of logging trucks, and PG&E, and they're building all the electricity underground now over there, which I was like, thank goodness. So I have a family of 8 moving in there, and they're gonna homeschool, and they're gonna get that true country off the grid lifestyle. But I was like having a heart attack driving through there.
Good
with these
luck.
little kids. I'm like,
oh.
And they're from the Bay Area, so it's gonna be a big switch.
Yeah.
But they're ready. They are ready.
No, that's good. You gotta
At
be
least
prepared.
they tell me that ready, because I play
you.
devil's advocate. I'm like, guys, did you think about this? You think about that? It's like the
Yeah.
worst realtor, because I need to sell a property, but I also don't want them calling me like, why did you let us do this? We hate you.
Yeah, and cash sales are hard, and I've had a few of them, and even they're like, we need this insurance, you know, we need it now. When can it be in effect? And sometimes it's like, you waited till the day of closing to call me, so we've got to, you know, it took a week to get it back. So I'm like, well, you're insured now.
Yeah.
You know, and then sometimes the worst part too is, let's say the person's owned the house for a year, or you know, they've had it paid off, so therefore there's no impound account with the mortgage company, and you know, the bill came, or nobody had updated the insurance that there's no mortgage, so the bill was sent to the mortgage company instead of the homeowner, and so those policies then don't get paid because the agent isn't on top of it either. And now you've lost your insurance because you didn't pay the bill, but you didn't know you needed to pay the bill because nobody sent you the bill.
Right. And you might have a little dementia, you know, and you're not going to go to a nursing home because you refuse to because you're stubborn.
I just wrote a California Fair Plan on Friday, and he found out on Wednesday that his Fair Plan that he thought he had canceled in January for non-pay.
Oh, wow.
Nobody told him.
Yikes.
Yeah.
But now he knows.
Now he knows. Now he's with my office, whom we monitor anything that's in danger of canceling for non-pay, and we call.
Yeah, that's good. You're on it.
Yeah, we're definitely on it. Well, they are. The girls out there.
Right. Not you. Okay, so let's move on to, we're going to start to close it up. So I want you to fall asleep on me.
Oh, I gotta go write more insurance.
And then let you go back to work then. Make some more coffee.
I insured a nice diamond ring this afternoon too.
Oh, I normally wear a diamond ring, but I gained too much weight.
Oh.
But it's hiding it somewhere.
Well, you need insurance on it.
Yeah, so tell me, how do people contact you?
Phone.
Mm-hmm.
Or email. Email's the best way to get me. Although if I don't answer your email within a day, you're gonna have to email me again because it might get buried.
Right.
But I like email because I do have a very bad habit of checking my email in off hours because I get it on my phone.
Right.
So I've responded to people Sunday night at like 5 o'clock. So what are you doing working on a Sunday? I'm not working. I'm just answering emails.
Welcome to my world. That's 24/7.
Yeah.
That never ends.
Yeah, email is the best way. Phone, if you want our phone system. And then, that's just the best
Are you on
way.
social media at all?
I am. I have a Facebook page. I don't post a whole lot because I'm usually busy. I post some, we went to the pumpkin patch last weekend in Morgan Hill.
Oh.
Where you're going to go do your book.
That's right. Book launch.
Yes. And, just when I go camping and stuff, but I don't post a whole lot because I'm working.
Yeah.
But
okay.
yeah, you could get me there too.
Okay. Good to know. And tell everyone where you're located because I didn't get the exact address.
We are at 1201 Grass Valley Highway, or Highway 49.
And you're between two restaurants that are very popular. What are they?
Jimny Sushi and Alagave Mexican. And also Wiener Works is over here if you're looking for a good hot dog, and their french fries are to die for.
Really?
Oh my god.
Oh no, why did you tell me that?
Oh my god. They're not open today, so you'll miss that. But I always get, and it's not on the menu, but I get the chili cheese fries. So you get the fries, and then you ask her for the chili and then the cheese on top. Oh my god. I haven't had it in about a year.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a once in a
But it is so
deal.
good. And then the American Legion thrift store.
Yes, I have a client that works there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I shop there a lot, actually.
Yeah, she loves it. She and the CEO came and spoke to our marketing meeting.
Yes.
Nice lady. So I definitely have to go there. Maybe I'll go there today and check it out.
I don't know if they're open today, but go for it.
All right. Oh, it's Monday.
It's Monday.
Right. Yeah,
It's
I get it.
definitely Monday.
Well, is there anything else that you think I missed that I could share with you, or you share with everybody?
I don't think so. I think we covered it. But yeah, if anybody has questions about the fair plan, I'm here. A lot.
And horse trailers.
And horse trailers.
Right.
And what best to serve for breakfast when you're doing a breakfast at a meeting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're the sponsor for breakfast, I'm there.
December 7th.
Okay. I put that in my phone. Don't miss December. Oh no, I'm gonna be out of town. But save some for me. I'll be back on the 10th.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Well, everyone, again, I'm Lori with Coldwell Banker. If you need any help with a CMA, which is comparable marketing analysis of your home, so you can find out what it's worth. I can help you with trying to figure out what your equity is. And also, I would love to work with you if you're buying or selling. So you just give me a call.
And then you get me for insurance.
Yes, definitely. I will tell you to call Detra, but I'll have to give them 2 more just in case.
Okay, that's a deal. You can give them Jackie and Megan.
I like that. Okay. Thanks, guys.